Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk Lucy channel, your daily English practice. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Tom. We're so happy you're here with us today. If you're new, please subscribe so you don't miss our daily episodes.
So, Tom, you've been quiet all morning. What's on your mind?
I forgot to pick up Lily from the airport last night.
What? She was coming back from visiting her mom, right?
Yeah, her flight landed at 8 p.m. and I was supposed to be there, but I was working on this logo redesign for a client due Monday. I told myself I'll just finish this one section, then I'll drive to the airport. But I got so focused that I lost track of time. When I finally checked my phone, there were 5 missed calls from Lily. She'd been sitting in the arrivals hall for over an hour.
Oh no, Tom, that sounds stressful.
And the worst part is, I keep playing it over and over in my head. I should have set a reminder on my phone. I could have finished earlier if I'd started in the morning instead of waiting until 5 p.m. And if Lily had texted me right before landing, I would have dropped everything and left. But she didn't text, because why would she? I was supposed to just be there.
Tom, do you hear what you just did?
What do you mean?
You just used 3 different phrases to talk about the past. You said, I should have set a reminder, I could have finished earlier, and I would have dropped everything. 3 phrases, 3 different feelings about the same situation.
Oh, I didn't even notice. They just came out naturally.
And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Should have, could have, and would have. Think of them as 3 ways to travel back in time with your words.
Time travel with grammar. I like that idea.
Think of them as 3 doors to the past. Each one takes you back, but shows you something different. Should have opens the door of regret, what you were supposed to do. Could have opens the door of possibility, what was possible but didn't happen. Would have opens the door of imagination, what would have happened if things were different.
3 doors: regret, possibility, imagination. Okay, that's a picture I can hold in my head. Let's start with the first one.
Door 1, should have, the door of regret. Exactly, this is the regret door. When you say, I should have done something, you're looking back and saying, I was supposed to do this, but I didn't, and now I feel bad about it.
Like me in the reminder. I should have set a reminder. I was supposed to do it to be safe. I didn't do it, and now I regret it. My stomach has been in a knot all morning just thinking about it.
Exactly. Should have always carries that weight of knowing what the right choice was and failing to make it. It's your brain replaying the situation and showing you the better version of yourself.
It's like a GPS recalculating. It says, you missed your turn. You should have turned left 3 miles ago. Thanks, GPS. Very helpful.
The GPS of regret. And remember, shouldn't have is the reverse. It's regretting something you actually did do. For example, I shouldn't have eaten that entire pizza, or I shouldn't have stayed up until 3 a.m.
Oh, I use that one a lot. I shouldn't have checked my email before bed because then my brain starts working and I can't sleep. I can feel the thoughts buzzing behind my forehead like a swarm of bees.
So, should have is for things you didn't do but wish you had. Shouldn't have is for things you did do but wish you hadn't. Both are about regret.
And people use this for giving advice about the past, too, like, you should have told me earlier.
Yes, it can be gentle advice or it can be criticism. You should have studied harder, or she should have asked for help. The tone matters a lot. If a friend says it softly, it's support. If a boss says it firmly, it's criticism.
Same words, different energy. Got it. And there's that really useful expression, should have known better. It means you were old enough or experienced enough to make the right choice, but you failed. Like, I should have known better than to trust that website.
Ooh, that one stings. Should have known better is like saying you're smarter than the mistake you made. It's disappointment, not just regret.
There's also should have seen it coming, meaning the warning signs were there, but you ignored them. The project was a disaster, we should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming when I opened my laptop at 4 p.m. Every time I start a project late, I lose track of time.
Door 2, could have, the possibility door. Now let's open the second door, Could have. This is the possibility door. When you say, I could have done something, you're saying it was possible. You had the ability or the opportunity, but it just didn't happen.
So when I said I could have finished the project earlier, I'm saying it was possible. I had the time in the morning, I had the skills. I just didn't use the time that way.
Right. Could have is about unrealized potential. The ability was there, the chance was there, but for some reason the event didn't take place. It's usually less about blame and more about recognizing what was possible.
I think about this sometimes with my career. I could have stayed at the design agency, I could have gone to art school, I could have moved to New York. All of these were real possibilities at some point in my life.
And notice you're not necessarily saying any of those were right or wrong. You're just acknowledging they existed. That's the big difference from should have.
It's like standing at a crossroads and looking down the path you didn't take. You can see the path clearly, you just didn't walk down it.
We've covered regret and possibility, but there's still one more door to unlock, the door of imagination.
Would have. I'm ready for that one, but I think we should take a little breather first. This grammar time travel is making my head spin.
Fair enough. Stay tuned, everyone. We will be right back to discuss the final door and how these three work together in real conversations. That was a beautiful way to describe the first door, Tom. Now, here is an important difference between should have and could have. Should have says this was the right thing to do. Could have just says this was possible to do. There is no judgment about right or wrong.
Oh, I see. So, I should have left for the airport on time means leaving was the right thing and I failed to do it. But I could have left on time just means I had the ability to leave. Maybe I chose not to. Maybe I just forgot. It sounds much softer.
Exactly. Should have carries guilt. Could have carries possibility. Sometimes there is wonder, sometimes a little sadness, but not necessarily guilt.
So when I apologize to Lily later, I should probably say I could have been there rather than I should have been there. The first one feels less heavy on my conscience.
Actually, in that specific situation, I should have been there might be better because you want to express regret. You want Lily to know you feel terrible about it. If you say, I could have been there, it might sound like you just happened not to go, like it was optional or you didn't really care.
Oh, wow. That is a big difference in feeling. The words you choose really do send a message about how much you care about the other person's feelings.
Exactly, and could have has another very common use, speculation about the past. For example, she's late, she could have gotten stuck in traffic, or he could have forgotten about the meeting. You are guessing about what might have happened because you don't have the facts.
Like detective work. The cookies are gone. Biscuit the dog could have eaten them, or Lily could have taken them. The evidence is unclear.
Detective Tom is on the cookie case. And there is couldn't have, too. She couldn't have known about the surprise party, meaning it was impossible for her to know. There was zero chance.
Lily couldn't have known I forgot to leave because I told her I'd be there. It was impossible for her to predict that I would get stuck on a logo design.
Perfect use of the phrase. And now, let's open the third and final door, would have. This is the imagination door. This one is all about hypothetical results. What would have happened if things were different?
This is the alternate universe door.
Exactly. If Lily had texted me her landing time, I would have set an alarm. You are imagining a different version of events. In this alternate version, she texts you, and in that version, you set an alarm and leave on time. But it didn't happen that way in real life.
So, does would have always need an if, or at least an implied one?
Great question. Usually, yes. There is always a condition, either stated or implied. I would have helped you really means I would have helped you if you had asked or if I had known you needed it. Sometimes the if part is said out loud, and sometimes it is just understood.
Like saying, I would have brought an umbrella. It's implied that I would have brought one if I had known it was going to rain.
Right, and when the if is stated, you get the full structure. If I had done X, I would have done Y. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. If she had told me, I would have been there.
It's like the past that never happened, but you can imagine it perfectly. It's like being the director of an alternate version of your life movie. In my director's cut, I'm standing at arrivals with a big bouquet of flowers. When Lily walks out, she smiles. Everything is perfect.
The director's cut of Tom's evening. And notice the grammatical pattern here. The if part uses had plus past participle. If I had known, if she had called, then the result uses would have plus past participle. I would have come.
If I had, I would have. That's the formula.
And wouldn't have is the negative. If I hadn't known about the traffic, I wouldn't have driven. She wouldn't have been angry if you had explained.
Got it. Now, can we compare all three side by side? I want to see them next to each other to really feel the difference.
Let's use your airport situation. All three doors, same story.
Okay. Door 1. Should have. I should have picked up Lily on time. I regret it. It was the right thing to do. I feel guilty. There's this heaviness sitting on my chest. Door 2. Could have. I could have picked her up. It was possible. I had a car. I wasn't sick. I had the ability. I just didn't manage my time well. Door 3. Would have. I would have been at the airport if I hadn't been working. In a different version of events, one where the project wasn't urgent, I would have been there with flowers. It's me explaining what would have happened if the circumstances were different.
Perfect. 3 doors, 3 feelings. Regret, possibility, imagination. And here's something important. You can mix them.
Oh, how so?
You could say, I should have left earlier. I could have finished the project in the morning. If I had, I would have made it to the airport on time.
Wow, that uses all three. It covers the regret, the lost possibility, and the imaginary happy ending all at once.
Exactly. It's how we process our mistakes and learn for the next time.
I feel like I've learned a lot, but I still need to know how to pronounce these like a native speaker. They sound so fast when you say them.
That is a great point, Tom. In the next part, we're going to talk about contractions, how should have becomes should've or even shoulda. Hey friends, are you coming to the episode? Let me know in the comments if you are. And stay tuned. Using all three in one paragraph actually sounds really natural. In real life, we don't think in clean, separate categories. We jump between regret, possibility, and imagination all the time. That's what makes these 3 phrases so powerful when they work together.
And there's an expression for this, right? Could have, should have, would have. People say it as if it's just one big phrase.
Yes. Could have, should have, would have. It's a casual expression that basically means stop thinking about the past. What's done is done. When someone keeps replaying their mistakes over and over, a friend might say, could have, should have, would have. Let it go.
Could have, should have, would have. That's exactly what my friend Jake would say to me right now if he heard me overthinking the airport situation. He'd say, dude, could have, should have, would have. Just set a reminder next time.
Exactly. And there's another great expression. It could have been worse. We use this when something bad happens, but you realize the outcome was not as bad as it might have been. Like, I failed the test, but it could have been worse. At least I can retake it.
That's actually a really comforting phrase. I forgot the airport pickup, but it could have been worse. At least Lily got home safe.
So how did she actually react when she got home?
She was quiet when she got home, which was actually worse than yelling, honestly. But this morning, she finally said, I'm not mad, just set a reminder next time. And I said, I will, I promise. And I meant it. My phone now has 17 different reminders for everything.
17? Wow, that's the overcorrection of a guilty man.
My brain is really clicking right now. I can feel everything connecting like puzzle pieces snapping into a picture. These 3 phrases are how English speakers process the past.
Now, there's one more thing I need to tell you. It's a pronunciation and spelling trap that catches everyone.
Uh-oh, what is it?
When people speak fast, should have becomes should've, could have becomes could've, would have becomes would've. Those contractions sound exactly like should've, could've, and would've. Oh, so people write should've because that's what they hear. Exactly, and it is one of the most common mistakes in English writing. Even native speakers make it. They write, I should have gone, he could have told me, they would have helped.
But it's wrong. It's always have, not of, right?
Always have, always. Should have, could have, would have. The word of has nothing to do with it. It just sounds similar when you speak fast. It's a sound trap, not a grammar rule.
I've definitely written should've in text messages before. My face is getting warm right now. I can feel the embarrassment.
Don't feel bad. Like I said, even native speakers make this mistake. And if you're listening right now and thinking, oh no, I've written should've 100 times, you're in very good company. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Should have, could have, would have. Not of. Got it. It's burned into my brain now.
And one more thing about pronunciation in fast speech. Should've sometimes becomes just shoulda. I shoulda gone. He coulda told me. They woulda helped. You'll hear this in movies, songs, and casual conversation all the time. It's not standard writing, but it's very normal speech.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I hear that in movies constantly. Now I know what they're actually saying.
The final test. Practice time. Let's do some practice. I'll give you a situation, and you tell me which one to use. Ready?
Ready.
Situation 1. You had a test yesterday. You didn't study. You failed. What do you say?
I should have studied. Regret. I know studying was the right choice, and I didn't do it.
Situation 2. Your friend was stuck at the airport. You had a car. You were free, but nobody told you she needed a ride. What do you say?
I could have picked her up. It was possible. I had the car and the time, but I didn't know she needed help.
Situation 3. Same situation, but now imagine your friend did call you. What happens?
If she had called me, I would have picked her up. Hypothetical result. In that alternate version of the movie, she calls and I drive. Problem solved.
Situation 4. Your coworker brought cheap, bad coffee for the meeting instead of the good coffee he promised.
He should have bought better coffee. That's judgment. I'm criticizing his past decision. Poor guy.
Situation 5. What if someone asks, could the meeting have gone better?
It could have gone better if we'd had good coffee. It was possible for the meeting to be better, but the terrible coffee ruined it. That's possibility plus a condition.
5 for 5. And one more for our listeners. Quick question. Which one fits? If I blank about the sale, I blank the laptop yesterday.
If I had known about the sale, I would have bought the laptop. Third conditional. If plus had, then would have. The imagination door.
Perfect. 6 for 6. You've mastered the 3 doors.
I feel like I just unlocked a new level in English. These 3 phrases are everywhere, and now I can actually hear the difference.
Let's do our vocabulary review before we go. Regret. A feeling of sadness about something you did or didn't do in the past. Should have is the language of regret. Hindsight. The ability to understand something after it has happened, not before. In hindsight, I should have left earlier. Consequence. The result or effect of an action or decision. Every choice has an invisible consequence. Hypothetical. Imagined or supposed, not real. Would have lives in hypothetical territory. Obligation. Something you're expected or supposed to do. Should have is about a past obligation you didn't meet. Opportunity. A chance or moment to do something. Could have is often about a missed opportunity. Outcome. The way something turned out, the final result. Would have imagines a different outcome. Speculation. Guessing about what might have happened without knowing for sure. She could have missed the bus. All right, that was our deep dive into should have, could have, and would have. 3 doors to the past: regret, possibility, and imagination.
Now, a question for you. Tell us in the comments, think about something in your past. Write one sentence with should have, one with could have, and one with would have.
For example, I should have started learning English earlier. I could have studied abroad. If I had, I would have made international friends. We'd love to see your sentences.
We love reading your answers. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who's learning English.
Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our daily episodes. We post new conversations every single day.
We'll see you tomorrow with another easy conversation.
And remember, you can't change the past, but you can learn from it. And now you can talk about it perfectly in English.
That's the best kind of time travel. Bye, everyone.
Bye.